Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the Bulldog Show for 2024. I'm Darrell Allen, along with Thomasville High School head football coach Jonathan DeLay. And Coach got off to a good start Friday night, 35-12 win over Brooks County. In Quitman, a tough place to win, so all in all, a good night.
It was a great night, Darrell. Like you said, we haven't won there since 2017. That was kind of our message to the kids. All the kids on this team were in elementary school the last time Thomasville won in Quitman. So it was great to go over there and get a big win, and it was a team win. I thought all three phases of the game played really well, and we're just excited to start our season off that way because now with the playoff rankings the way they are, every single game that you play matters. So we got off to a good start.
All right, Coach. They score first, and I'll be honest with you, that scared me because that seemed to be the trend.
Yeah.
Them scoring and getting a big momentum, but I think a big key of the ball game, we answered right away.
Yeah, no doubt. So both sides of the ball, Brooks came out in something different than what we prepared for. On defense, Brooks came out in a 3-4, which they've always been a 4-4. That's what they showed in their preseason stuff. Then they came out in a 3-4. So, there was no panic, but it took us a little bit to figure out, all right, exactly where we're going to go. However, the big play shots down the field again early in the game are what kept us in the game. We give up the touchdown. The extra point, they miss it, and then Cam comes right back and hits DeMario Sawyer a big, I think it was a 67-yard touchdown, and that was a big shot in the arm. And then from there, I felt like we grabbed some momentum, and then both sides of the ball just played so well and played complementary football to each other.
And actually, Coach, as you said, we grabbed the momentum with 21 unanswered points.
Yeah, DJ scores that one. Cam hits his brother on another big shot, and we eventually go down. Vontae punches it in, and then we have another big screen completion to Ant Anderson, takes it down. We had a little lull there, but we had the play, coached up. It's one we'd repped all week, and we hit Trip Gable for a touchdown there right before the half. And then we get another turnover by the defense right before half to take that 21-6 lead into the halftime.
All right, Coach, third quarter offense didn't do very much in third quarter, two, 3 and outs. Defensively, though, boy, we did a great job.
Yeah, it just felt like, both defenses there were throwing haymakers at each other. We had a couple things. We had a little penalty there on offense on that first drive that I think got us out of sync. But the defense played its rear end off there in the third quarter. Then you get to that fourth quarter, and they were driving the ball and milking the clock. It got down to around 6 minutes, and they scored. And the play they scored on, again, something we hadn't seen. They came out in a funky formation, exploded from it, and then tight end got lost in there. He catches it, but then on the 2-point play, which was huge now, E.J. Bean comes up and makes a huge tackle because now it kept it at a 2-possession game at 21-12 instead of 21-14.
Yeah, Coach, in the fourth quarter, you talked about we sealed the win, too. Hadn't run the ball really well for the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter we did.
Yeah, and that's what you'd love to run it well the entire game, but when you get to that fourth quarter, that's where you see all the work that you've done in the weight room, conditioning, things like that, where you start to lean on folks. And like I said, they came out something a little different. It was getting it coached up on the sideline. And there in the fourth quarter, we found it in the run game. And, we had the 2 big runs with Ant and Cam for the touchdowns, but there were some other runs in between there that some of those guys, Leland and some of the other guys had, Levante, just, the 6-7 yard runs that we didn't have early in the game that we were having success with there in the fourth quarter.
All right, Coach, several people contributed on both sides of the ball. Got a couple I want to mention. Cam Hill, 9 of 17, 186 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 6 carries for 60 yards rushing, 48-yard touchdown. So he wound up with 246 yards total, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 rushing touchdown. Big night for Cam.
Yeah, big night for Cam. That's what one of the things we want to do is get him involved in the run game, make teams play 11 on 11 now. He's done a really good job maturing in this offense. He has a very good grasp on it, very good handle. And I told him Friday night before the game, I said, look, I've coached the quarterbacks here a long time. You're the one I've had the longest. I had JT for a year, Chad for a year, Ronnie for 2 years, and Shannon for 1 year. This is the 3rd year that I've had Cam. So, he's been in the system longer than any other guy I've had before, and it shows.
Yeah, and Coach Ant Anderson, 7 carries, 63 yards, a 56-yard touchdown run. He had a reception for 36 yards, and when Ant hit that sideline, it looked like Ant.
Oh, yeah, he was gone now. And that's the thing, he gets lost back in there sometimes, and those legs just keep turning, and then, boom, he took off. I think he got upset because the play before he stepped out of bounds, over there on the sideline. He said, well, this time I'm not stepping out, and he took that thing to the house. And that's one of those things, we've seen Ant do. We see him do it at practice. We see him do it in games. And that was really what pushed it, that put the nail in the coffin, and then Cam just icing on the cake with the last one.
All right, Coach. A.J. Hill Jr., little brother, 2 catches for 64 yards. Demario Sermon.
Demario
Sawyer, 1 catch for 67 yards and a touchdown. Well, you already mentioned Gable with his touchdown pass. Several people contributed.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, and you look at guys like Messiah in the scrimmage, he had 100-something yards receiving 2 touchdowns. He didn't touch the ball the other night, but he played his rear end off. Rex Schofield, the same thing. When we hit Junior on his post, Rex runs a great dig that holds the safety down, and we're able to get Junior the ball. And that's the thing that we've got we feel like we've got a ton of weapons outside, and it's a good thing because you got a bunch of people to get it to, but there's only one ball. And when the kids are playing unselfish football, that's when Thomasville's really dadgum good.
Coach, over on defense, a lot of people contributing again. A.J. Hill Jr. with 12 tackles, E.J. Bean with 12, Joe Douglas with 11, Tyler Ivey with 8, Nigel with 2 interceptions. I mean, big night for him. And then maybe as good as anybody, Keemon Jefferson, 3 tackles, 4 hurries, an interception. And think about Keemon, every time I looked up, he was in the passing lane.
Oh, yeah. I think he had 3 pass breakups and then that interception. I mean, he had an unreal night. We were not sure, how he was going to be. He was coming off an ankle injury the week before. He did a great job rehabbing it, and by Tuesday he was good to go. And he had a great night. I really thought like they were trying to keep Jeremiah at bay. They sent the back to him a lot to chip him, so it allowed Keemon to have a really good night. But those other guys, I mean, Nigel with 2 picks, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
And then
Keemon
all those guys with tackles. Keemon's pick. I mean, you think about all those things. We took the ball from them, and that was the thing that you got to do defensively. You got to go attack, got to go be aggressive, and I think we were. And they had really good players, and that's the thing that I think people need to understand is last Friday night what you saw on that field were 2 really good football teams, and we played really well, and we're able to go and win the game. And it says a lot to our kids, their preparation, our coaches' preparation, because, like I said, they came out in something different. Nobody panicked. Just from coaches down to kids, there was no panic. It was all composure, and we stayed connected throughout the game to go and eventually run away with it.
And Coach, I do want to mention before we get into the highlights, Camden Christie 5 for 5 on extra points. That's just really big.
Yeah, Camden. I mean, those are like, you saw Brooks. They missed their extra point. They had to go for 2. So those are points that are just as important as the touchdowns. Tyler Ivey's the snapper, Tripp's the holder, Camden's the kicker. That was big for us getting those 5 extra points.
All right. We talked about it being a tough place to play, Coach, but the large Bulldog crowd, and they showed up Friday night. They kind of leveled the playing field.
Yeah, I mean, our side of the stadium was packed. It felt like a home game on our side. Down there in that one end zone where the concession stands are, there were people all over the fence. That's what you want that to be. That's what you want every week to be, that South Georgia atmosphere. And hopefully this week our fans will do the same thing at home, bring it for our kids.
All right, Coach, let's get into the highlights here. There's a lot of them, and the weather might have cooled just a tad, but it was still a warm night.
Yeah, it was still a warm night, and you're going to get that this early in the season, obviously. Right here, opening drive, they hit us with a couple RPOs right there. I thought, though, the other night that we tackled really well. And you're going to miss tackles, early in the season. But I thought we put our chest and hats on folks very well in the game. So, just watching us, watching the film, watching us run around, watching us tackle, that was great. It's like right here, Keemon misses that one, but the ball comes out and we're able to get him on the ground. Thought Cy did a really good job, had a couple fair catches for us the other night, and that's another big thing. You want to have that ball at the end of the special teams possession. First drive for the offense, that was a good run right there by Levante. And we missed this RPO right here.
I thought he caught that ball.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, me too. But there's, again, like I said, there's no panic. Come out in a 3-man front. We're trying to do some things that we like against everything, but it's about the kids reacting on the fly. I'm going to tell you now, 54 for Brooks, he's a good football player. He started on defense, started on offense for him. They got a bunch of guys like that. Makari Williams had a great punt right there. He had a really good night. I thought he punted well. I thought he played well on defense as well. Here's, we said, they're going to run some kind of trick play. Nigel stayed back on a little halfback pass, and we get an interception. second drive of the game, right here on third down, I think Cam would tell you if he had to do this over again, as he's rolling out, he'd just throw it away or throw it towards the sideline. But here's the deal. This didn't faze him. I mean, it just, hey, let's go to the next series, to the next series, to the next series. And actually right here, we're in really good shape. We've got double coverage there on 8. He's a really good football player.
Yeah, sometimes players just make plays.
I mean, that's the deal. But this was huge right here. They missed the extra point. It's just 6-0. We're getting the ball. They kicked that thing all over the place. I mean, I was just happy to have the ball at the end of kickoffs because you didn't know where it was going. And I don't know if their kicker knew where it was going sometimes. But right here, we got this series. They did a really good job being aggressive in the secondary. Now, they were handsy at times. But, then we were able to connect right here. So we got a 3rd and long. All right, Cy runs a really good dig that holds the safety right there. And we hit the post. And you can see from this end zone shot, we hit this post. And DJ does the rest with it, breaks the tackle, and picks those feet up as he gallops into the end zone there.
That's the guy we're counting on this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job. He works real hard in the weight room, works real hard on the practice field, and he's a really good kid. So, yeah, we're definitely counting on him.
7-6, Dogs are up, and just like we talked about earlier, Coach, great way to answer their score.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you've got to do, because there's going to be times, there's going to be the ebbs and flows of the game. They did a good job with their RPOs. I don't really think it's legal to be throwing the ball down the field with the guard being on the same level as the guy catching the pass, but that's hard to see. So, and we do it sometimes too. It just happens that way if they get to climbing. But right here, just attack. I know they had a bad snap right there, but you can just see our guys on the attack right there. Here we had a screen. Joe Douglas coming out of the middle of the field makes a great tackle right there. We got a bunch of guys running to the football. We make them punt it again. We almost get that one. But again, Messiah Wilson saving a ton of yards with those fair catches. Got Boot right here. We got Hunter open. We're getting rushed a little bit on a throw. But we throw it to the outside, which is where you want to put it. Right there, you can see Rex run that dig, and it just holds that safety down where Junior can get inside that corner. And we make a good, strong throw. Vontae right here does a real good job helping out in the pass pro. You can see him up there in the middle. And then, we got a big play, big chunk play right here, moving it down the field at the end of the first quarter. And we're trying to go fast right there. Sometimes that depends on how fast they can get the ball spotted. Mm-hmm. So going to the second quarter. And again, we're in good field position. Cam does a good job right here pulling the football, good read. Good job staying on his feet. Having good ball security right there. And then, good job right here getting a first down. We get a holding call on the backside. It's really away from the play. So I didn't think it should have been called, but it was. So Leland does a good job making some guys miss right there and breaking some tackles and making a little bit of something out of nothing. I mean, you can just see how much we've been working in the weight room. He takes on 2 or 3 folks right there, and it takes about 5 or 6 of them to get him down. We come back right here. We get a penalty on them. They're just all over DJ there in the middle. Come right back. Cam on the move right here. Does a good job with this ball. Throws it to a place where either we catch it or nobody does because we got points. And then right here, Vontae with a great move. Then he just gets north, picks up this first down, keeps those legs driving after the first contact, and then we're able to go to our dog package and punch it in right there to make it 13-6 right here before we make this extra point. But you can see we got some defensive guys in there, E.J. Bean, Tyler Ivey, and Jalen Bryant, and Junior comes in there as well with Levante. And then again, like you talked about, another made extra point, make it 14-6.
Big.
Huge. I mean, huge. Kickoff right here. So they kept trying to bring it back to the field. Great job in pursuit. That was Ahmad Thomas right there. Ahmad played his rear end off on special teams, especially on kickoff. He made some great plays running down the field, and that's not an easy thing to do. See right here, we make them punt again. Had a penalty. We hit the snapper right there, so that's what happened on this one. They get the ball back. But again, we do some things right here. That's an underthrow. Caden's in really good position. It's just one of those, the ball wasn't thrown very well, and he's able to adjust to it. But again, you talk about the defense, we're in some short fields right here. They're in the red zone, all right? But we just rally to that football. You got a bunch of guys running to the ball, running to the ball, running to the ball. There again, missed one there, but Caden Walker comes up out of the secondary, puts his chest right on the quarterback, makes a great tackle. Here again, we got him double covered, all right, and make a good play. Right there, they had a little shovel pass. Yeah, it went for a touchdown. They had a holding call inside that negates it. And then right back, we get a sack right here. I think we had a face mask on that one. Keemon, just great effort. Just happened to, the quarterback's face just happened to get right there where his hand is. And then Keemon again right there knocking that ball down. And then again, they trying to throw it back right here. I think we did a good job playing it, even if he does catch that ball. So we're in really good shape right there. Again, next drive, second half right here. Cam pulls this ball down, a little stretch read play, gets us a first down. And we just kind of, punch the ball down the field. No really big plays in the run game right yet, but the 2, 3, 4, and eventually, those things are going to pop. But again, like you see here, the boxes that we're getting a bunch of guys in the box. That's why we're having so much success in the throw game downfield right now.
That's just taking advantage, Coach, of what they gave you.
You got to take what they give you. You've got to take what they give you. All right. I thought Makari Williams did a great job again with his punts. He averaged around 30 yards a punt, which he thinks he can do better, and I like that out of the kid. He hit one a little bit over 40 in the scrimmage, but he's also playing pretty much every down on defense. So he's doing a lot of things for us.
And he's a 10th grader.
He's a 10th grader, yep. Here they go again, throwing the bubble. That's a good job by Kiff showing up right there, and then the corner to finish it. Unfortunately, Kiff rolled his ankle a little bit right there. Tyler Ivey steps up, comes into his position, kind of rearranged just a little bit, but there was no fall off. Again, they were doing some stuff that we hadn't seen them do offensively. A lot of the things that we felt like they were going to do were some tight end, sniffer, run power, and then try to get the ball as much as they possibly could. We did a great job here, even if it is a good snap, on we called this Trojan. All right, we worked really hard on it all week, making sure that we were in our right gaps. Then we go back to work offensively right here. Couple of runs, and then here's Ant, big slow screen right here. Tyler Hayes gets out in front, and Ant, takes it and pushes it way down the field. Does a really good job. I feel like he got a little closer than that, but gave us some room to trip the ball. We pumped that screen, and you don't get too many opportunities where guys are that wide open. Cam made a good throw. Side does a good job selling it inside to pull the defenders. DJ Sawyer did a good job out there as well. Selling that the ball was coming to him, and now it's 21-6 in the second quarter.
Big for Tripp, Coach.
Yeah.
Glad to see that,
So I asked Tripp, I said, hey, you ever scored a touchdown? He goes, that was my first one. I went, oh,
perfect.
Varsity game? He goes, varsity and JV, Coach. I was like, dang. All righty then. Well, he did a good job, and that's something that we've been working on all week, and we ran the screen off of it earlier, so.
And he's valuable as a holder.
Yeah,
he's doing a good job with that. So
just those things that people don't know, like Tyler Ivey being the long snapper, Tripp's the holder. Those are things that until you don't have one, you don't know that you don't have one.
Right.
That's where it comes in. I thought we ran to the football well. We had a lot of big hits on guys running to the ball. All right, right here. I think with a good throw, we might pick that one off. Again, they run that shovel pass. Jalen Bryant made a great play right there, and then we strip the ball out right here, and we get on it right before the half. So it's 21-6 going into the half.
The thing about Brooks, coaches, they just keep coming at you.
Oh, they definitely do.
No backing up,
They definitely do. You're just going to get punched all night, and it's about how you take those punches and deliver your own punches back to them. So, first drive, third quarter right here. We go 3 and out. We have to punt the ball. But I'm going to say this, our defense played so well. That doesn't really stress me out. because they're on the attack. They're trying to go attack. Do I want to go and score on every drive? Yes, certainly I do. But I love the way our defense is attacking and getting after folks right now. And again, this week's going to be even bigger on defense to attack because you're going to get downhill option right now. But again, I mean, like right here, if he catches that ball, Caden's sitting right there on that bubble. And again, there we go. Got a little knockback. They put in the big back right there. He was a big old kid. But again, I mean, you can just see it's attack, attack, attack. Hold him up, bang, rah-rah with a big hit right there. Rah-rah came from the inside, and he's just running to the football. Running to the football. It's a good job by Caden staying outside, ripping back inside right there, and tackling. Tackle, tackle, tackle. There's another good one right there. I believe that's Joe Douglas on that tackle. Here we go. Yeah, they get outside of us a little bit. I could probably argue that that's a block in the back right there. But again, here we are, down in the red zone again. But the coverage is great. They're getting the ball to their hands so fast, we're not able to get much pressure on him. Then back to work offensively. 6 yards there on first down. Second down, we're not able to. We tried to copy the same play, trying to go fast. But again, it's about how quickly will they spot the ball. If they're not spotting it quick, it's kind of hard to go quick. Again, we had to punt again. I thought our punt team did a really good job getting down the field and covering, not allowing any return yards, making sure that ball didn't bounce back too far. Right here, probably one of their best runs of the night, and we're still able to tackle it there in time. And then right there, we do get pressure, and Nigel just comes down, comes and makes a play. We won't talk about the end of the play. That's Joe Douglas with the quarterback knockdown right there. But Nigel does a great job right there getting that pick, and then,
He's instinctively coached at the right place.
Yeah, he is. That was a good job. Then right here, a little cat set. This is where we lost a down. Went from first down to third down. Sometimes it's going to be like that, though. You just got to roll with the punches. But again, great coverage by the punt team. Starts with a great snap, great operation. And then, defense back to work. I felt like they were working all night, and, they did a really good job. Here's E.J. Bean right here with his big stick. Come out, option us right there. You see Joe Douglas running from the middle of the field right there. Then we make a good tackle right there on the perimeter. Leads us right into the fourth quarter right here.
And this is where we want to take over the game.
Yeah,
we do.
I mean, and that's the thing. You got to be a great fourth quarter team to be an elite team. And that's what we want to be. They've run this play a few times. Tyler's seen it now for the second time, and now he goes and makes that play on the perimeter right there. I believe this is Makari Williams right here. I'd like to see him pick that ball off. He was in great shape right there. He did a good job in coverage. Only got a few looks his way because it seemed like it kept going on the other side of him there. That was one right there. We missed that tackle early, but you got a safety that makes the tackle, keeps it out of the end zone. And then again, red zone defense. Red zone defense. Not giving up the big play, making them take the stuff underneath. How do we make them take that and, tackle it? And again, they keep just chipping away. But here we are, trying to make a goal line stand. First down, we stop them. Second down, stop them. Third down's a good stop as well. I mean, we get there, we knock it back. I believe that's Jeremiah off the edge. And to be honest, on this fourth down right here, I really wish they hadn't jumped because we had it stopped.
Yep.
And that's, like I said, our kids did such a great job with that this week. This one, they just exploded out. We lost the tight end. But then right here, 21-12 versus 21-14. That's two different ball games in E.J. Bean.
E.J., he was there.
Unbelievable job right there.
And Coach, the number 8, I'll take him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a player now. And then here goes Ant. First one right here, steps out of bounds. So we just run a similar play, not the exact same play, similar, but there he is. And then he just sticks his foot in the ground, and there he goes. And that's one of those right there. That's the sign of a great team where, you let the other team back in the game just a hair, and then you just go hammer the nail in the coffin. Coach Rayburn down there, super excited. Coach Troop, he had to come down on the sideline because our headsets weren't working all the way across. So he got to show his enthusiasm as well down there.
Camden with another point after.
Camden with another point after. Then another kickoff right here. And here's the thing, too, you say about Camden Christie, because we didn't do a great job covering that kickoff right there. But Camden right here, even though, he made the tackle. I said, Camden, you made the tackle. Oh, Coach, no, I really didn't. I said, did he score? You made the tackle. Because that would have been huge right there. So here we are again. They're going to take a shot again. It's Makari again. Makari Williams, 10th grader, making a play right there. And then we're getting after the quarterback. Right here, get him knocked out of bounds right there. Then again, I believe that was Keymon again. 4th down stop with the knockdown. These are some of the runs I was talking about right here. Like there's Leland. He goes for 8 right there. We get the face mask. And then again, another 4 or 5 yard run right there. Those are the things that we've got to have because those are the ones that eventually spit out. And again, they've got 8 guys within 2 yards of the football. And there's Ant with another, and that was Leland with another good run right there. And then right here with Cam, Leland does a great job leading it out there. Cam sticks his toe in the ground. We did a really good job on the perimeter, offensive line sealing inside right there. And he's able to take it to the house. And then right here, Eli Mateo came in and kicked off. He's a real good, he kicks the ball on the ground real well. So we bring him in to kick the down kick, and he did a great job right there. That was much better coverage by our kickoff unit. And then it's about, they're going to throw the ball. So how do we go affect the quarterback, get them on the ground, and make the plays we got to make to win the game?
Keep on batting one down there.
Keymon bats one down, and then he gets a pick on the next one. And funny thing, somebody on the headset said, man, he's going to pick one of those off in a minute. It wasn't 5 minutes later. There he was.
He plays with a lot of enthusiasm, Coach.
A lot of it. And he does, and they all do. I mean, they all play with a tremendous amount of energy. They all play with a lot of love for each other. They like each other. They're connected. They love to do everything together, and that's what's fun.
All right, 35-12 win, big win. Any win's a big win, like we said earlier, Coach. Win over in Brooks, opening night is just a great way to start the season.
Yeah, it's an outstanding way to start the season, and, we're excited. But now it's on to the next opponent. Okay?
Right.
And that was great, and we've got to learn how we got there and what allowed us to win that game, but also what do we need to do better as we move forward.
All right, well, the next opponent comes to Veterans Memorial Stadium on Friday night for the home opener, 8 o'clock kickoff. As the Pelham Hornets come to call, and you kind of alluded to it earlier, Coach, a little different look for us this week.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to – so last week, everything we saw was 4 wides, talking about the defense. Now it's split back veer, and they do a really good job of it. Coach Guyton, obviously he played for Coach Pilcher, and he worked at Central, so he knows all the ins and outs of the split back veer and does a great job. So it's really been on us this week we've got to play assignment football. Defensively, we've got to be disciplined and physical. I mean, and that's the key. We've got to be able to attack, but doing your job with maximum effort. That's what we've talked to the kids about this week.
All right, I want to remind our fans that the parking is a little different again this year, but you kind of follow the same pattern you did last year, and you'll be fine. Just come a little earlier so you're not frustrated about
That's
it
right.
and get in there. But Coach, the stadium looking really good.
It's unreal. I mean, you drive down Jackson Street, you look at the new entrance, the new video board, the new field house. Everything about it just screams first class. And I've had different people come in and go, Coach, I've seen colleges that don't look like this. We've got the new field house that it's unreal. Lou Nunley did a great job curating all that stuff, and him and Coach Ben Pierce putting it together, putting it up, that history of Thomasville football. It's so fun to watch our kids walk through there and see the tradition, because you could talk about the tradition, you can look at numbers on the board, but when you go through and you see those actual people, their faces that played, the jerseys hanging there that played, the photos, the trophies, just the different documents that are in there, it's unreal. It gives you chills to know that there's that much tradition in this program. And, I've said it before, our job is to carry on that tradition for the next generation.
And these kids are a part of that tradition now.
And that's it. That's it. They sure are.
All right, 8 o'clock kickoff out at the stadium on Friday night. The Pelham Hornets come to call home opener, and Coach and I will be back with the highlights of that game next week. Thank you.